So sometimes we hear this idea that I've reached out to my father, I'm not connecting with him, it's not successful, I'm really disappointed. So, what do I do about that? Is it okay for me to actually then not reach out to him? In a way, maybe to cut your father out of your life with the idea be here. And this is a difficult thing because we realize that, I mean, our parents are such significant people in our lives, and we know that there's a lot of emotions around this. So, some of the emotions that we experience is anger. You're going to be angry that you have a father that is not connecting with you, despite what you want for your relationship with him. There's a lot of bitterness. There's a lot of emptiness in our lives in this way. We want to protect ourselves, and I think that's maybe the underlying idea here is that I'm being hurt, so I want to protect myself, and that maybe is the reason why I want to cut him out of my life because I'm angry, I'm hurt, I actually hate him. You might even feel that you hate your father for this. So when we consider these emotions that we experience, for me, from a counselor perspective, they are normal in the sense that you would feel this. You would want to connect with your parents and then with your dad, and they are not connecting. So you are going to experience all of these emotions. So that's the first thing that I want to tell you. Know that you are going to have to go through these emotions. And you know what? We all experience emotions, and emotions are sometimes like visitors, and you should let them come and go. And a part of what your journey is then about is then redefining your relationship with yourself and with your dad then in the long run. Is it okay to cut your dad out of the situation? Well, that would depend on so many things. Is he there right now? Would one of the questions be? What would that entail for you to say that you don't want to have anything to do with him? Is it like an emotional thing for you? Ideally, we want to keep connected to our dad. So, part of the rationalizing the emotions, saying, I am going to have these emotions, is helping you to deal with redefining your relationship with your dad. If he is present, if you can't avoid, if you're not going to avoid him, we don't. We don't want people to sort of cut parents out of their lives and for parents to cut children out of their lives. I mean, that's not what we want. But we have to deal with these emotions. So that's part of it. Know that it's going to happen. Rationalize these emotions. Say it's okay for me to have these emotions. And on a different occasion, one can talk about what to do with these emotions in terms of a productive way. But try to leave the door open. I think that's one of the big things here. Try to leave the door open for your dad to really then show up in your life in the way that you have maybe this need for him to connect with you. And while you're doing that, it's really important for you to deal with these emotions in a productive way, but also to reach out to someone like a minister or a counselor to help you talk through your story. Because in the end, you have to be the owner of your story. And you're going to have to decide how your story is going to develop. So initial counseling is then part of that. How am I going to write my story going forward? So there's a number of things for you then to hear. Know that you're experiencing these myriad of emotions. It's okay for you to experience these emotions. Let them come, let them go. But then, as they come and go, define what it is that how you would like your life then to go forward. And part of that is to actually go and reach out, speak to a pastor, a minister, a counselor, to just not shy away from experiencing these emotions. And maybe there is some aspect of the relationship with the father that you are going to not allow yourself into anymore, but keep that door open. That's what my wish for you is. The ideal here is for you to keep that door open, but recognize that it's not necessarily the relationship that you want right now. But if you close that door, obviously you're closing off any possibility to connect with your father in terms of that need that you have in your heart for you to connect with.